Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the highway fuel economy test on the 2020 BMW M8 competition. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because BMW makes some incredibly efficient powertrains, but they also make some incredibly powerful ones, including this 617 horsepower twin turbocharged 4.4 liter V8. So this is the second in our series of tests of real-world highway fuel economy usage. So there are going to be a few tweaks from our first test. We'll go through and explain those as we get started. But before we depart, let's hop out and take a quick look at this green machine. You can still hear it cooling itself down. Those mighty turbos working hard. This is BMW's flagship model. Doesn't get much faster or much more aggressive than this. If you guys want to see more on the car, we've got a full review and that'll be linked when it's up, as well as an independent sound system demo on its Bowers & Wilkins Diamond audio system. So let's hop in here. We're gonna go fill it up with fuel and get out on the highway, talk about some of its highway cruising attributes, since at the end of the day, this is, in a sense, a Grand Tourer mobile. So, this being our standard fuel economy test, we're going to have the air conditioning set at 74 degrees auto. We're going to go to the pump. We're going to fill up properly using the 3-click method, which I'll explain at the pump. And we're going to head on the highway and go 50 miles out and 50 miles back, maintaining a cruise control speed of 73 miles per hour. Now that might seem a little bit random, but what we're trying to do is get about a moving average of 70 miles per hour. Let's head on over here to our Shell gas station. We'll be using the same pump for both the initial fill and the final fill. Before we fill up the car, we're going to go in here and just verify that we're in efficient mode for the engine and comfort for all the other settings, and standard 4-wheel drive. We always use the most efficient setting on any vehicle for these tests. Hey, look at that. We're even using BMW M recommended Shell V-Power. So I'm going to make sure the handle's in there properly, set it on high flow, and wait for it to click. There we are. So we're going to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come on to low flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Low flow again. And that's our final click, telling us we are properly filled. Okay. So before we start up the car, we're going to reset our GPS tripometer there. We're also going to reset the car's tripometer. Average fuel, just only 11.9 miles per gallon right now. I'll reset this trip right there. Okay, so we're going to test by the GPS, but it'll be interesting to see if there's any difference. Make sure we are in, yep, efficient, and here we go. Going nice and easy here, getting up to highway speed. Requires barely any throttle input with this massively powerful engine. You know, another reason we're trying 73 miles per hour instead of 70, which we did on our initial test, is to be a little bit less impeding of traffic. Here in Michigan, the speed limit on our highways that we're running this test on are 70 miles per hour, but everyone goes a little bit above that, and I kind of felt like a sitting duck at 70. So you can see here the car says 73, but GPS actually only says 71. This is very common for BMWs and German cars in general. So we're going to set our cruise control at 75 miles per hour, giving us 73 on the GPS. This M8 also has BMW's semi-autonomous assisted driving mode, so throughout this test, I actually take my hands off the wheel and the car drives for me. So even for these being aggressive Pirelli P0 summer performance tires, they're not too loud. There's a bit more wind noise than I'd like. I kind of wonder if maybe the glass is a bit thinner on these competition models. We will report back about halfway into the test and see what sort of mileage we're getting. Any other observations on the car. I should be able to get quite comfortable as I've got 4-way lumbar support, adjustable thigh support, have in and out bolster adjustments, as well as even automatic headrest height adjustment. Pretty nifty. So, I'm gonna take a listen to this Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround system and get comfortable. Okay, so here we are just over halfway through the test, and we have completed 56 miles. Let's see, 56.3 according to the GPS and 56.3 now according to the car. So they're within a tenth of a mile of each other. This one switches to right there, it's at 6. This one's still at 5 until now it's at 6. So honestly pretty right on, which is kind of surprising because the car thinks it's going 2 miles per hour faster than the GPS. So I don't understand how the odometer is more accurate, or sorry, the tripometer is more accurate than the speedometer. But either way, that's where we're at. Maybe it's GPS, I don't know. So what else can we tell you about the M8 on the highway right now? Well, we've given a whole bunch of information here in the gauge cluster. It's a little bit dim, which is something kind of frustrating. I have the brightness set all the way up, but still the brightest I could get the gauge cluster. It's fine for me, I'm just worried it might be kind of hard to see on the camera. Temperatures range from 109 to 100 for the tires. That's kind of cool. 35 PSI all around except for the back left. Engine temps, pretty understandably medium. Using barely any horsepower or torque to do this drive. No G's, got my music. Still in efficient and comfort settings for the drive modes. 8th gear. Here we've got our average fuel economy. You can see according to the car we've been getting 25.9 miles to the gallon. I'm actually not 100% sure what EPA is on this car. I should have looked that up beforehand, but we don't have a window sticker, so I'll look it up here at the end of the video and we'll talk about what we get versus EPA. But this is quite good right now, and we were going against the wind on the way out, so now coming with the wind going to the east here, I suspect we might get in the 26s, if not 27 miles to the gallon by the time we get home. And over here it looks like we're averaging about 68 miles per hour, so a little lower than I would like. I'm hoping that by the end of the test, with a little less traffic on the way back, we should be up to about 70 miles per hour average. And that's about all there is statistically to note. Comfort-wise, still pretty comfortable in these seats, although you know, it feels like it's missing a little bit of cushion on the bottom, but I think part of that is because since the seat is so low, I'm often bringing my legs sort of up like this, and that's putting more weight on the back of my legs and kind of on my butt. So I think if I were to try to keep my legs out more, maybe I could adjust sort of the bottom of the seat cushion here. Maybe that would give a little bit more support. Yeah, actually I think that's a little bit better now that I think about it. Back's good though. Everything else is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna test out the sound system a little bit more here. Not super impressed. honestly, with what I'm hearing. So I'm gonna try a few different styles of music and see if we can come to a conclusion here on the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Other than that, smooth sailing, and we will report back at the end. So, coming to the end of the test here, we have elapsed 104.8 miles, and we are at 27 miles per gallon indicated. Now, obviously that stands to change a little bit here as we actually get the full proper readout from the pump and how much fuel was used. But I just gotta say how impressive of a number that is. For an engine that makes over 600 horsepower, we're talking 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds for this huge beast. Powering all 4 wheels through that, to be able to get 27 miles to the gallon cruising along at highway speeds, it really is quite impressive, and just a testament to not only BMW's engineering, but modern engineering in general for these engines. If we view some statistics here on the GPS, we have averaged 69.84 miles per hour, so that's 70 in my book. It rounds up very nicely, so we've achieved our goal of a 70 mile per hour average by the end of the test here. Might lose that a little bit as we pull into the gas station and get around all this traffic. But not a bad result. So I'm still comfortable, still not fully sold on the Bowers & Wilkins audio system, especially for not only the price of this car in general, but the cost of the audio system on top of that. It's like an extra $3,400, I think. So a little disappointed in that, but if you want to know more about that, check out the full audio system review. The link to that will be in the description. Other than that, pretty smooth ride. I'm honestly kind of surprised that the suspension isn't a little more harsh over some of these roads, being the competition spec. But I guess BMW really wants to make their M cars accessible to all sorts of drivers, not just the most hardcore ones, even the competition model. So interesting choices there, but choice nonetheless. So as we come up off the highway here, we're gonna get back into the Shell station. We're gonna choose that exact same fuel pump that we filled up on. We're gonna use the same fueling method and then divide our miles traveled by fuel used and see what we get. According to the odometer, the car's odometer, we've traveled 107.6 miles at this point, whereas the GPS says 0.8. So very, very close there. Again, I'm surprised to see that result, given that the GPS was saying that we were traveling 2 miles per hour slower than the car thinks we were traveling. Okay, that is a result. 4.064 gallons. Now, 4.064, 108.5 divided by 4.064 gives us a total of 26.697. So 27.7 miles to the gallon. And if we compare that to what the car gave us, oh, there it was, 27.0 miles to the gallon is what the car said. So I'd say that's about right on. There you have it, everyone. 27 miles to the gallon for the BMW M8 competition at 70 miles per hour on the highway for 100 miles. Much better conclusion than the last one we got in the Mazda CX-5, but I still think that's just so impressive. And in fact, while we're here, let's bring up 2020 BMW M8 Competition MPG. Look at that. 15 city, 21 highway. That's just bonkers. Let's check the actual source here. Yeah, 1521, and you just saw it here, guys. We got 27 miles to the gallon. So, in my experience, BMWs always overachieve on the highway, and this one's no different. So, if you want yourself something a little fuel efficient, maybe consider BMW's M8 Coupe. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a bunch. If you want to see more on the M8 Coupe, check out our review and our sound system test. Both of those will be linked here in the description. Check out some of our other videos as well. We've got more fuel economy tests coming, as well as tons of other reviews on other cars and audio systems. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.